You're listening to the Bring the Thunder podcast, a podcast by fans for fans.
Yes, you are. Welcome, everybody, to another post-game show from the Bring the Thunder podcast as OKC absolutely handles business, taking down Golden State 131-94. Obviously, as you guys know, Golden State did not have Curry. They did not have Draymond. They did not have Jimmy tonight. So definitely need to take care of business, and that is exactly what OKC did. So let's get right into it. Joe, start us off with some stats.
Looking at Indy's comment already. But with that being said, yeah, big win. OKC stats, SGA 30 points, 7 assists, 50% from the field in 28 minutes, 7 of 7 from the line. Lou Dort, 11 points. He made 3 out of 4 from deep. Chet goes for 15 and 15. Also adds 4 blocks. J-Dub, 12 and 6. All right. And Kaysen, 2 points, but he goes down early, 14 minutes in with an injury. We'll keep an update on that. Aaron Wiggins had a nice game, 15 points, 3 threes. AJ Mitchell, 11.6 assists. Brandon Carlson, the best big man in the league, goes for 15 and 11. Chris Youngblood adds 9. And Indy's comments are already getting to me. I'm sorry. For Golden State, Will Richard, Moses Moody had 13 apiece. Al Horford also had 13. That was about it for them.
Indy, I feel like you were just shaking, waiting to drop that comment of something about all year, but
I know he's been waiting for it.
I know he's been thinking about this for a while. Yeah, let's just kind of get into it. Obviously, we know that Golden State had a tough matchup here, not having any of their players. I mean, that's really unfortunate. They had some guys who kind of still tried to step up, but overall, just some really rough shooting performances. Just to get a look at some of that. I mean, they're starting 5 in general outside of Gui Santos shot 50% or lower. I mean, 5 of 15, 6 of 12, 4 of 13, 4 of 10. The bench, 1 of 8, 1 of 6, 4 of 11. I mean, really a rough shooting night. They shot 36% from the field. We shot 52. But what I enjoy is the 42% from 3 from us tonight. Everyone felt like they were just knocking their shots down when they needed to. But let's have a serious conversation here, guys. Brandon Carlson, what are we going to do about this? Like, it's to the point where it's like, has he earned actual minutes? And if so, where do we find those minutes right now? What do you guys think?
He's earned a full roster spot, in my opinion. How we go about that with only 15 roster spots, don't ask me. That is a headache for Sam Presti. But if it's not with us, next year he will be a rotational player on some team. But that's for sure. But I really hope it's with us because he deserves it.
I really love Brandon Carlson. We're all big fans since he joined the team last year. There is no spot, unfortunately, unless, because we have Hartenstein out, Jalen Williams is out. So then comes Brandon Carlson. When they get back, there is no spot for him, but he's totally going to get signed by somebody. And I think he'll get decent minutes for the rest of his career because he's a very good player. And it's unfortunate that we just don't have a spot. Also, Indy, if you're still in here, if you have Instagram, DM me. Maybe we can work something out for the Peach Bowl. I'm serious, by the way.
Let's talk a bit more about like the game in general instead of just getting into Carlson. We'll talk more about that later. But I mean, we were kind of talking back and forth. Obviously, we messaged each other during the game. It did feel like at times in that first half there was definitely some sloppiness here and there, but second half it felt pretty straightforward. BTA. I mean, it was taking care of business. It was knocking down shots when they needed to. It was playing good defense, and at some point, hats off to Golden State, but at some point they're just going to run out of steam, and that's what kind of started to happen. But it was just nice to see everybody kind of doing what they needed to do. Chet with the 15-15, he felt like he was playing big tonight. Like he was fighting for boards down low. He felt like he had 4 blocks. He's obviously defending the paint well. Everything he was doing was just super, super helpful. So that was something that stood out to me. But what are some things you guys wanted to mention?
I really want to.
Sorry, go ahead, Jack. It's all you.
Yeah, I really wanted to mention Chet. I mean, you got to it before me, but this is what we need from him with the rebounds. He was really hunting them tonight. Normally, they'll fall to him, and he'll be pretty weak with it. But I thought he did a great job of rebounding like a traditional big, which I probably haven't ever seen him do before. So there must have been some emphasis on rebounds coming into this game because somehow without Hartenstein, we looked like a decent rebounding team. 51 rebounds compared to the Warriors' 43. But Chet was really good tonight, and if he continues rebounding and playing aggressive like this, then it's going to be really good for us.
Yeah, for me, what I was going to mention is, great game from OKC. They look good, but I don't necessarily care. I'm really pissed off that Golden State sat everybody. Draymond was rest. Curry's a late with the ankle, and who's been going crazy, by the way, Steph Curry. And Jay Butler is sick. I mean, it gets to a point where this becomes our reality a lot. We had a lot of teams rest their players last year. Like one sticks out, the Bucks game at home. Starters didn't play. The bench didn't even play. It was like we're playing their G League team. And it's really annoying because, one, we're playing on Amazon Prime, so it's a big game. We're on the road. We need to still be tested. We just lost to San Antonio 3 times. We want to get back into playing these better teams. We already dominated the Warriors once with their whole squad, but like we need these types of games right now in the regular season to be ready for the playoffs. And it just everyone does it, and it's so annoying. Like we didn't even play the Warriors team the first time we played them in Golden State. Played Pat Spencer and the crew. So I don't know. It gets to a point where I'm starting to get a little frustrated. I'm sure the guys are probably pretty happy. It's like a night off, but we got to play somebody good.
Yeah, and how they still sneak Al Horford into this on the first night of a back-to-back is beyond me as well. I don't know why they played him, and again, they already gave up. But
yeah,
well, the other side of that, Joe, is you mentioned like the guys are probably cool with it because it's a night off. The other side of that is every second you put your foot on the court, there's a chance of injury. So it's kind of annoying.
The whole game.
It's annoying too because it's like there have been talks for years about Adam Silver saying, we'll investigate, we'll think about punishments for things like that for sitting on games, and it's never going to happen. They're never going to actually do it because, unfortunately, the truth of it is it is a tough line because how do you essentially say we know you're resting your players and they're not actually hurt? You can't. There's no way you can actually say that. But when you see something like tonight with Draymond where it just says rest, frankly, that's a load of crap. Like that's ridiculous. You don't get to just frankly rest. Like you're being paid millions of dollars to play basketball. You know what you're doing. You don't just get to rest. So that's what's frustrating for me is like every time Shai's out there, he only played 28 minutes tonight, had 30 points, but thank God he only played 28 because this is the kind of game where if he goes down with some freak non-contact injury, there goes our season. Like it's gone because Golden State benched their players and we had to play a game that we essentially shouldn't be playing in that style, So that's what's annoying me is like the injury is not worth what's happening right now. I'm glad that Mark got onto that quick. J-Dub only played 21 minutes. I mean, we were very, very careful with it. No one played over 30, which we didn't need to. It was kind of just an easy win. But even those bench guys, I mean, Brandon could come in and get hurt. Wiggins can come in and get hurt.
Kaysen got hurt.
Kaysen gets hurt.
We don't know the extensiveness of that injury, but Isaiah Joe looked like he was limping too. He stayed in the game, but I'm sure after tonight he'll miss the game because that's the way OKC's been doing things. But he was limping around too. Like it gets to a point where you got to play your guys. Like even when we played them the first time, when we were beating them up in the first half and they ended up coming back in the second half, they took Jimmy Butler out of the game. They didn't put him back in the second half. So I don't know, man. I don't know. But good win for OKC, though. We will take the win. We'll improve to 30-5. I think that's one of 3 teams to ever start this fast, 30-5. I could be wrong. You can fact check me on that one. But we will take that all day and another win against the Western Conference.
Yeah, there was another good comment as well. Someone mentioned that while they're benching their players, they get to read our offense and try to come up with ways to like that just feels like an unfair advantage. We're putting our players out there to play and they get to rest all theirs and watch how we play. So that's just the frustrating side about that. But let's move on to something more like positive in that sense. I just want to talk about Shai. I mean, we do that a lot on this podcast because, he's the best. But tonight, just textbook stuff. Only 7 free throws. Other than that, just raw buckets. 3 of 5 from 3. It's so nice to see that 3 ball fall for him. When he's hitting the 3, oh man, like it is insane how good of a player he is. But he had a shot tonight. I believe it was in the third quarter, a little spin around mid-range that was just nasty. I mean, everything he did tonight just felt effortless. I mean, 30 and 28 minutes, getting to all his spots, and then 7 assists as well. He's notching whatever he needs to get. Like that's just textbook right there. So, I mean, what did you guys feel? It just felt like a broken record. Just Shai's the greatest. Shai's the greatest. Shai's the greatest.
Yeah, I mean, he did what he had to do tonight. I'm pretty happy with the way he played. I'm pretty frustrated. The lock of the night was Shai over 30.5. But the lock of the night, I specifically said in the clip, it's clipped. this was if Curry and or Butler was going to play, and neither of them did. Because he would have went for 50 tonight if he had to play the fourth quarter. He was on whatever he wants, he'll get. I'm pretty sure he does it to every team, but especially in Golden State, he loves to play. He had dropped 50 last year there, but he's the man. Hello, Austin. How you doing, man?
Moving on to someone I want to talk about tonight is Jalen Williams. I thought he had a good night tonight, and starting to see more of what we remembered from him as of before the surgery. He got downhill, had 2 monster dunks, one off the putback, and that was really, really good to see. After he's had a bit of a struggle to start the year, his three ball's still not dropping, but the aggressiveness to come downhill and see him back like that is just so good. He got a couple unlucky rolls, so I mean, 5 for 11 from the field isn't too bad, I don't think, and I think he's really settling into this third option kind of position as well. Yeah, what's your take on that?
Yeah, for me, we're going to need him fully back into the second option. Right now, he's playing wonderful, setting people up and being a facilitator, and then obviously the slasher that he is and the athletic freak that he is. But we need him to be back with the jumpers and the second option offensive ability. Like his threes he doesn't look confident while he shoots them. You can see when he shoots, his wrist is still like, I think it's just a confidence thing in the injury repair itself. But once he gets back to that, he looks like he's going to be as better or even better than last season, which I'm pretty happy with because J-Dub he's this OKC's version of a Russell Westbrook.
I couldn't agree more. I mean, I've talked about that many times. J-Dub is one of my favorite players in OKC history. I mean, I just love everything about his game. It's one of those things where it's like slowly but surely, I'm definitely going to it's just going to take time. Like it is. And that's like the hard truth. Like, I don't want to hear that because obviously we want him to be back immediately, but definitely it's going to be a time thing. And Joe, you talk about confidence. Not only is it confidence, it's also just it's the idea. Hi, awesome. It's the idea of being afraid of re-aggravating an injury because that's such a dangerous one where a wrist is so vital. Like it's so vital for basketball. Like it's so easy to injure your wrist. I can't tell you how many times the wrist and ankles have been hurt when I've been playing basketball. Like it's just something that's easy to hurt. And especially for a guy like him who is a slasher, he's a shooter. Like it's got to be in the back of his mind every time he does almost anything is what if I get injured again? Or what if it gets rolled the wrong way? So I think it's just slowly but surely we're going to have to wait and see. It'll come back. It will. I'm fully confident that he'll be the second option easily. And that's not a diss on Chet. I've just always thought of Chet as our third option. It'll probably always be that way as well. But he's just it's a waiting game. I agree with you for sure, Jack. I think tonight I liked the way he looked compared to a few games ago when there were some shots that just did not look like his shots. There were some finishes around the hoop that they weren't bad rolls. They were just bad shots. But tonight it was some bad rolls. Other than that, he was filling in the lane he needed to. He was moving the ball well. He was getting rebounds. He was doing what I needed him to do. And that was in 21 minutes. So it's a waiting game right now, but I'm very confident that he'll return fully.
Yeah. You can see it. Like everything that he provides is there. It's just the jump shot and the confidence in it. Like once that's there, he's going to be all NBA level. Like obviously he can't get that because he missed the games, but he's going to be the same guy that dropped 40 in the finals.
Yes.
But I think the biggest thing with J-Dub last season before an injury was confidence. It was always confidence in his ability to shoot, get to the rim, get to the line. And it grew throughout the playoffs. And it's so unfortunate that he did pick up the injury because we thought that he was just going to, get better and better and better through the offseason and start the season off. And I thought it was going to be a J-Dub year, like all NBA first team type J-Dub year, but he got the surgery, multiple procedures. So he's got to work his way back. But once he gets that confidence again, which I'm sure he will, it's going to be a nice thing to see.
Well, I mean, this sounds kind of obvious to say, but like if he hits those 2 threes tonight, he ends with 18 instead of 12, and 18 in 21 minutes is like, holy shit. Like that's really efficient. So like I said, that sounds obvious. Like, well, if they all hit their threes, they'd be better. But like, seriously, like if that shot's falling like it normally does, if he even hits one of those and he goes 1 for 2, he ends with 15 in 21 minutes. Like that's all it is. It's like you said, Joe, it's just a fact of the shot's not falling right now, and he understands that. He only shot 2. He didn't come out and shoot 9 threes trying to get his shot to fall. He's not dumb. J-Dub is an incredibly intelligent player. So he'll find it. Until then, we just got to ease him back into it and let everybody else play around it. And that's what happened tonight. And one guy I was also going to mention was Lou. Lou had the highest plus minus on our team with a 33. He did his job tonight. He was hustling on the boards. He was hustling on defense. 3 of 4 from 3. And Joe, you always say it, but I'm serious. That 3 tonight actually hit your grandma on the head.
Oh,
That one grazed the heavens.
Grazed the heavens.
It banked, and I couldn't believe it. When that left his hands, I was like, I've never seen a shot go so far off the screen. And I just knew. And the worst part is, like, part of me just knew it was going in. I was like, it's coming back down, and it's going in. And when it banked in, I couldn't believe that.
And to add on to the Lou Dort comment, his all defense level is back now. Like, he's back to being one of the best defenders in the league, and I think that's also so much of a key to why the Thunder have been winning recently in the fashion they have. Just having him back in his prime basically has just been so key.
Yeah, I think the more healthy he gets throughout the season, because people forget he was dealing with injuries to start, and I'm glad that all 4 of us on the show backed him, because we know who Lou Dort is. We know what he means to the team. We know how clutch he is in the playoffs. Big game Lou is not a fluke. But we could see him getting healthier and healthier, and the 3 starting to fall, and it just changes OKC's offensive dynamic so much. It's incredible.
And we've been watching Lou enough to know that he has some offensive slumps, and then nothing to worry about.
He's the streaky shooter.
We are somehow already almost 19 minutes into the show. I feel like we're flying tonight. But it is time for
What the is Jack wearing?
All right, everybody. It is time for what the hell I will say is Jack wearing. Recently, it's my least favorite part of the show because I can't get a damn jersey right. But tonight I have a good feeling about it because Gabe's here. I'm gonna let Gabe go first, and you guys are already dropping in the comments. Love it. We'll get to those.
Yeah. I'm going to immediately shout out Tabby, who said very early on an early prediction that it's going to be a Brandon Carlson jersey. I was going to say the same exact thing. Tabby, I think you sniped this one. I'm going to go with the Carlson one.
Hey, Gabe.
I'm full of shit, guys. That's a Carlson jersey right there. Tabby, come on, Tabby. You're better than that, man.
I love this comment. I think.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
You know what? This comment is so good. If he's not wearing an Aaron Wiggins jersey, he's getting off the show for the rest of the night because that's just
crazy.
Disrespect.
That's crazy,
right? I mean, but isn't that reasonable? It's got to be reasonable.
I'm just throwing out Shea because I said something stupid. So Shea is.
Of course, we know who Earl Watson is. Talking about Seattle Seahawks. Anyway.
Tabby, don't apologize. It's all right.
Not Seattle.
We went down together, Tabby. We went down together. It's all right.
All right. Yeah. I'm going with Wiggs, though.
All right. I got you.
All right. Last couple comments before I reveal tonight. The birthday man, Aaron Wiggins, of course. I would not miss Aaron Wiggins' birthday.
He doesn't have
shout out to Unk.
Yes.
Unk was the first one to guess it, so shout out to him. Finally got Wiggins right. It's been too long since Unk guessed it right.
Wait, Unk, you're not a green name anymore? We'll get to that after. No, I'm just joking. Anyway, yeah, I'm ecstatic actually, and shout out and forgive me if I'm saying it wrong, but Leone Brooks, shout out you because my head it's been spinning. I haven't got one right in like 4 straight games. This one puts me back on the map. I'm really happy. I probably won't go to bed till 5 a.m. tonight. All right. With that being said, Gabe, one other thing I wanted to talk about specifically in this game was, well, we talk about it every night, but this is starting to become one of my favorite topics of each post game, and it's AJ Mitchell. He comes in the game, he plays with starters, he plays with the guys at the end of the game, he plays with the second unit. He does everything this team needs. He goes for 11.6 assists, misses 2 shots. He went 5 for 7, hit his 3. Didn't get to the line tonight, but he has 2 steals at a plus 21. He's so good. He's so good. And I think when J-Dub's fully back and AJ's running the second line, I don't think any team, including the San Antonio Spurs, because we will be ready for them when we're fully ready, like when the team's fully back and fully at full strength, I don't think anyone could beat us with the second line. And we were saying that last year with how deep we were. Nobody can compete with the bench. AJ is a 6 man of the year candidate. He's the real deal. And there's a real chance OK finishes with the 6 man of the year, the MVP, and the defensive player of the year.
Absolutely. I think there is a very, very real world where if, let's say in a bad scenario, if J-Dub doesn't come back to that incredible level that we've been hoping, where he takes a big jump, instead he plateaus right around this like 18 to 22 points per game player, I think there's a very, very real world where AJ Mitchell becomes almost our secondary scorer. I mean, he is an incredible scorer. He can create for himself. He's insane at creating for other people, but he is probably, outside of Isaiah Joe, he's probably our best 3-point shooter. Like, he is consistent. He knocks down his open shots. Everything about AJ just feels like a raw star that if put on a different team, he would absolutely explode. But for us, he's filling his role perfectly. He's coming off the bench, like you mentioned, Joe, and he's just taking care of business with whoever he plays with. That's my favorite thing. It doesn't matter. There are certain lineups where if J-Dub's in it and he is our primary ball handler, I'm actually like borderline concerned. I don't like him in these certain lineups. And that's not a knock on J-Dub at all. It just kind of changes the way it works. With AJ, he can go out with any 4 players on our entire team, and I feel confident that he can run it. So there's a very real world where he becomes one of our primary scorers and one of the people that we go to the most in certain games. So yeah, Joe, you mentioned AJ changing things. Absolutely.
But that's the thing. I love that you said that, because say Shai's not playing. I almost said something that I didn't want to say out loud. Say Shai's not playing.
Yeah.
He could be our primary scorer, but he could also be a primary defender. He's so good defensively. He's locking up everybody he guards.
Yep.
Like he is the answer to all of our prayers. Oh, if OKC was missing one thing, it was AJ Mitchell, and he's going to take us back to the championship, I think.
It's the energy too. He's so energetic. I mean, he is like tipping passes like Caruso. Then he's playmaking. He is bringing the playmaking that this team has. We've always been good at swinging the ball. We know Presti is big on finding players who can do it all and move the ball. We've always been good at that, but we have not had a guy who is just clearly a point guard. He brings that in the best way possible. And adding on to that, then he comes out and shoots like he's one of our best 3-point shooters and then plays defense on the other end and leads our team at times in certain advanced metrics. So there's not enough praise for what AJ Mitchell's doing this season.
I also want to shout out to all the sports books that keep letting me take AJ Mitchell plus 10 plus points every night. I don't think they understand he plays like the whole game, no matter what, even if it's a blowout, he's playing at the end too. Shout out to them, because I'm going to keep doing it every single game. Jack, really quick before your thoughts on AJ, I think this question's for you.
Have any you guys seen?
Oh, that's sick. I've not seen that merch.
Have not.
Haven't seen it yet. Throw it in our email, Austin. We'll check it out, or our DM on Instagram.
Sure.
But go ahead, Jack.
Well, I mean, AJ Mitchell, I would argue, has been our second best scorer this year. And like you said, Joe, he plays in a blowout, but he also has got to the point where he plays every single clutch game because he's the only one who wants to put the ball inside the basket apart from Shai. When Shai's getting doubled, there's no one that I want to have the ball more than AJ on this team right now. I think his confidence is just so infectious to the rest of the team. And he's been this missing piece, and we've got him for 3 years for $3 million a year. It makes no sense to me at all how good he is and how Presti's done this, but I think he's going to work his way into the starting lineup this season, next season, and it doesn't matter about fit at that point. Like, it's going to happen eventually.
Yeah, I think no matter what, it's going to have to happen. I think it's another James Harden situation where if he stayed, he would have been a starter, no doubt. We'll see when it comes. I don't think it's this year. It might not even be next year, to be honest. But at some point, with all this roster changes that is inevitable to happen, AJ is going to find himself in the starting lineup, hopefully with the Oklahoma City Thunder. If not the Oklahoma City Thunder, somewhere else, because he's amazing. Kind of reminds me, and take this with a grain of salt, I'm not trying to over-exaggerate, kind of reminds me a similar version of Jalen Brunson when he was on the Dallas Mavericks. Just throwing that out there. But
that's a fair comparison. I mean, it would be interesting. Obviously, I pray we don't lose him, but it would be really interesting to see what he could be doing right now on a team where he's being fed the ball and working as a primary option. Because you pointed out, Jack, I couldn't agree more. There is no one I feel more confident outside of Shai right now in clutch time. Like, seriously, again, I will defend J-Dub till the day I die, but right now I feel more comfortable with AJ. I just think he's proven this season, especially, that when we need it, I go back to the hustle. I mean, it feels like he never gets tired. Like, he is always trying to get involved in every play. And then on offense, he'll drive, he draws, he'll kick, he'll knock down his shots. Like, it's everything you want from that situation. But there was something I did want to mention tonight, and that was something that I was really glad to see. And it sounds kind of silly, but 19 for 19 from the free throw line is something that I do not think can be underestimated, because we've had some struggles this year from the free throw line. We have not been a great free throw shooting team at times. So it's nice to see us knocking out every single one of those, especially Chet. Chet's been all over the place with free throws this year. So it's nice to see us knocking down our free throws. So that was just something I wanted to mention as well, that when we got those opportunities, it's nice to see us taking care of business.
Absolutely. That's what championship teams are supposed to do, right? Shout out to Hotspot. Yeah, Smokey the Bear was on my head. There was a comment here. Where did it go? It was from Tabby. Where'd it go? There it is. Tough question. Tough question for sure. How does Hope come back into this team when he's ready? And I have heard some good reports about Topic. I've heard them. I'm not 100% sure, but I guess I'll swing it to you guys first on your thoughts on where Topic comes back. But I'm not really sure, to be honest.
I'm gonna at least start by prefacing the same thing you just said, Joe. I don't know. Thank God that's not my job to make that decision, because I don't know who's losing minutes right now. I don't think anybody really can be. It's one of those things that you're gonna see him slowly eased in getting minutes at first. I don't think it's just like he's going to come back and we got to find him 20 minutes a game. Like, that's not at all what's going to happen. So you're going to see a slow increase, but where those minutes come from is what I'm worried about. In the regular season, I think Caruso could start to lose some minutes. He already doesn't play that many. He's older. I could see us taking minutes from him. I could see Kenny losing pretty much all of his minutes if Topic comes out and it's knocking things out. I don't know. It's really tough to find these minutes that come from this team when we have so many talented players. So I hope if he comes back and he's knocking things out of the park, I'm very confident in Mark being able to figure it out. Right now, it's going to be tough.
Yeah. I wanted to start it by just saying that I don't think anyone asking to trade him or saying it was a bad pick is just wrong. We haven't seen him play in the NBA yet, so let's wait for that. And all the adversity he's been through, he definitely deserves a shot not to be traded before. I am very interested to see how a lineup of him and AJ Mitchell go together, as in a pass first point guard with a score first shooting guard. Because if it works, then we're pretty much set for the next 3-4 years. But I don't think we can really jump to any conclusions about whose minutes he takes and how he fits in until he's back and until we get to play him. But like you said, Gabe, he's going to come in hopefully this season, maybe next season, and play a couple minutes at the end and slowly work his way back in. But until then, who knows?
Yeah, for me, we don't know when he'll return. I'm probably thinking this would be my thought process next season, depending on how the roster looks. If the roster looks very like the same again, right? We saw them play Summer League together, and it worked. We saw it work. Topic looks raw, but he looks really good and has potential to be really good as well. Gabe stopped that. Anyway, AJ, the same with him, but AJ's a 2-guard for sure, and he's score first 2-guard. I think both of them off the bench, that's where Topic would fit. He'd be the point guard off the bench. Like, he'd be the ball handler. Gabe, you're killing me tonight, actually.
I'm good, man. We're good.
But that's where he'd fit for me. I got to get off this topic because I can't look at the screen right now. I do want to shout out Amazon Prime for pushing the SGA Curry MVP comp, the back-to-back comp. That's nice.
That's a good point, because I'm getting really tired of seeing all these comments about, since Shea is very likely going to win the MVP now, I am getting so sick of the media freaking out about this already. But, that's something we'll take with a grain of salt, because if Shea wins another MVP, he's back-to-back. So we'll take that for sure. But if, Joe, you mentioned him being our primary ball handler off the bench, if that does happen, I'm curious to see what happens to AJ. Does he become a really heavy scorer? Does he start to shoot first? Does he start to like ISO ball? Like, if that happens, do we just fully commit to him being our bench scorer and then having Tobic work as our like ball handler. I'm curious. Like, does that work? Can AJ work as an off the ball scorer? Can that function? I don't know right now.
In the NBA we're not sure, but I saw glimpses of it in the summer league, and it definitely was.
I like that. I don't have a problem with you saying. I'm agreeing with that. I'm just curious to see facing teams that we know have really good defenses. How is that going to work? You know, I'd be curious.
I think it could almost work better in the fact that we have two guys who are going to be threats with the ball, one score wise, one pass wise. But I mean, it works with J-Dub and Shea right now. They're both very dominant ball handlers. They need the ball in their hands. So as long as you don't cross into three players that need the ball in their hand, I think you can find a good medium. But if you surround them with shooters like Isaiah Joe and even a big like Brandon Carlson, and then you got some shooters, some catch and shoot players who you can put there, and it should be a pretty solid lineup. One of the better.
We were talking about, when we were talking about Carlson earlier in minutes and whatnot. Do you guys think when Jay Will comes back, he starts to lose minutes if Carlson keeps playing like this? Like, does Carlson become the new third string big or the new backup big?
I want to see it, but I'm not sure.
Because it's hard to say that with Jay Will because like he feels like one of those guys who you almost can take his minutes because he's such a locker room guy where I don't think he would like freak out and make a big deal if he starts losing minutes. But I don't know if he you can't just get rid of his spot just because Carlson's playing good. Like there's got to be some sort of not battle, but it would be interesting to see at least if Jay will start losing minutes or something.
I don't think he will. I think it's the same thing as last year. Carlson showed a lot of promise last season as well. Once everybody was healthy, right back to the bench. And I think that's what it's going to be. Jay Will played really well in the playoffs for us, specifically in that Denver series. Jay Will provides shooting when he can shoot. And I think he's also getting a little bit time off to fix that jumper because it was a little out of sorts. And he was a solid shooter last year. He drops triple doubles when your favorite player's favorite player is not playing. And he provides very good defense as well. So I don't think that'll change anything.
We can't play Carlson in the playoffs either, so we might as well get Jay Will the minutes in season so he's ready for the playoffs.
All right, fellas. I'm going to take a quick pause. Shout out to everybody who's tuning in right now. If you're liking the content, subscribe to the channel or like the video. Subscribe to the channel. It's free to do. Something that's not free to do is go join us on our premium subscriptions on the YouTube page. Whole lot of perks that you guys can enjoy. We have a lot of people already who have joined the memberships, a big community already. We've been in touch with a lot of you guys. Obviously, we prioritize our members first. And with that, I mean, do you guys have anything else?
I do. Brandon Podziemski might be the worst basketball player in the league currently. I wanted to get this off my chest. I was watching it, and his passes are always like 1 or 2 feet to the side of every player he's trying to hit. I've never seen someone pass that bad. I mean, he went 30% from the field. He's like, why is he in the NBA? But that was just on my chest. But
yeah, I don't know. I know Warriors fans hate him a lot.
There were some catastrophic shots he took tonight. There was I don't remember the quarter. There was a floater he put up that just smacked off the backboard and didn't even touch rim. I feel like you said, Joe, I've seen so much hate for him. So there are a lot of people who are asking the same question, Jack. How is he even in the league? So yeah, that's a tough watch for sure.
All right. If Indy is still in the chat, Indy, I'm dead serious. Like, DM me. I could actually figure something out for the Peach Bowl. I got you. Other than that, we're good, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's just final thing I was gonna say is it's just nice to see us take care of business. I mean, 4-game win streak now, we're getting back where we should be. And against teams like this, I mean, after those losses against Spurs, we were struggling against teams that we shouldn't have been struggling against. So seeing us come out and handle a game like this is reassuring that we are still the best team in the NBA. We can still handle business. So I look forward to bigger matchups, though. Like Joe said, it's frustrating that we didn't get that tonight. But hey, I'm not going to complain about a dominant win.
Oh, wait, last thing. And Unk, we got to get that name green again. But we will have some IRL Bring the Thunder podcast content live in OKC from,
Yep.
I don't know the specific dates yet, but we will be there January 8th all the way to January 25th. We're going to have a lot of stuff. We got a couple guests we're going to see. Got a studio maybe down there. We'll be at the games. So if anybody's around, DM us at Bring the Thunder Podcast. We'll meet you guys. We could do some content stuff. We'd love to meet all of you. January 8th to the 25th, we'll be there down in OKC. Now, Tabby, we'll come back maybe March 15th. We'll try. Is there anything else that we have to talk about tonight?
I think we're
Still
good.
covered.
All right. Like I said before, if you guys are enjoying the content, like the video, subscribe to the channel. It is free to do. For now, no, it's free to do. Go join the premium memberships, and we will see you guys Sunday for the Phoenix Suns game, which should be a good test because we're in Phoenix. They like to play hard. Gabe, take it away.
Yeah, I mean, thank you guys. Joe kind of mentioned it already. We really appreciate all the comments. We love responding to whatnot. Joe also mentioned some of the premium stuff. It's not like we're just asking you guys for money. We're making really good content over there. Really fun stuff, trying to be unique, different from any other channels that exist. So please at least check it out. Ask Austin Roberts, ask Indy, ask whoever's in here if it's worth it. I promise you it is. We're making sure to make good stuff. But thank you guys for all of the comments. And Joe, send us home.
Yeah. Unc, I do have something to say tonight. I'm fired up that I got the jersey right. Shout out to Leone Brooks. I'm fired up that OKC's back on track here. I'm fired up that the Bring the Thunder podcast is heading to OKC for about a month. We're going to do some live stuff, some really cool stuff. And Thunder up, baby. Let's go.